Okay, we're on live, so we'll give people a chance to join in and give Terry a chance to um, join in too. I don't know, she must be having the technical problems again. I should probably do some practice things with her and work through her settings, I think, maybe. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, everyone. We just say hello in the chat. This is on the Explorer Mixed Media channel, which is pretty new. Uh, let's see what Terry's saying. Be paste. There we go. All right, so Terry's joining us. So Corinne, you got your gel plates ready to go?
I do. And I mixed up some pink colors,
Oh, look at you. I didn't even do that.
picked my palette, mixed my pink colors, and I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
And
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of play today with some of my favorite stencils.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do too. I got a couple of new ones to play with and I'm gonna do that and just some basic explorations on the gel plate. I've been
Mm-hmm.
doing alcohol ink for the last 10 weeks, so I had to set my desk up for gel printing.
Yes,
Took me about
that's
an
what
hour this morning.
that's what I had to do too. Get rid of all the other projects and set up for
Right.
this. So,
Exactly. Exactly. So fun. So I'm gonna look at the channel, make sure that everyone can see us on the lives. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Good. Maybe I can copy this link and share it too. Oh, well, I can't do that and do this too. At the same time, it doesn't work. Okay. Well, all right, Terry, hi. I see you there, but your camera's not showing up, which I'm sure you know that. All right, so maybe we should just get started, Corinne, so while and let her work out what she's doing. Terry,
okay.
I'm gonna stop your well, no, I don't want to do that. I just want to let's see, I'll just spotlight me and Corinne until you're here. Okay. Oh, she left again. All right. Okay, so today, welcome to Explore Mixed Media. So this is different from what we've been doing for the last 9 weeks, which was the journal challenge, and on my personal channel, Laurie Trumpet. So if you want to go watch any of those replays, they're there. What we're doing today is more mixed media, so it's not alcohol ink, and it's kind of to kick off a new project and group that Corrine and Terry and I are working on called Explore Mixed Media for 2025. So there's going to be more details coming about how you can participate in that. But we thought we would come here live today and just play around. So we decided to play around with our gel plates and create some nice collage papers that we can use in some of our future projects. And we'll be sharing our techniques as we do this today. Corrine, do you want to introduce yourself and also talk about what you are planning to do today?
Sure. Hi, I'm Corrine Carpino, and I work in alcoholic and mixed media. Today, I'm going to be concentrating on creating collage paper. So not a finished print, so to speak. And I've chosen a palette of teals and yellows. And so I'm really going to create my papers so that they kind of all go together. And it's a consistent palette, but it is in different values. So that when I'm done, I can put this together into a collage. I'm going to be using 2 different weights of rice paper to pull my prints, and I'm also going to be using artist strength tissue paper.
Okay, great. So today, and I'm going to be trying out some new stencils that I have to work with. I have 2 plates set up. I've got a gel plate and then I clean off plate here. And there's Terry, yay!
Yay.
And so that's what I'm going to be doing. For papers, I pulled out some regular copy paper, but I also pulled out some mixed media paper, as well as I'm trying something new, exam table paper. Have you guys ever tried that?
I haven't tried it, but I've seen people using it. So
Okay, so
I'd be interested to see how it goes.
yeah, so I got some of that to try. And the thing is that it looks just exactly like wax paper, like deli paper to me.
Huh.
It's like
Mm-hmm.
very, very similar. Has a shiny side and a side that's just uh what's the word I'm looking for? Not shiny.
Right. Matt.
Matte, there you go. Anyway, so that's what I'm planning to do today. I haven't chosen my color palette yet. I'm going to, but I know that it's really important that we kind of keep that at least at one time. Like a lot of times at one session, I will use like maybe 3 colors that kind of complement them each other. And I try to think a little bit about the viscosity of the paints too, because as we're layering, when you're using stencils and stuff, that's really, really important so that you don't use the lighter stuff in the back and then it drowns out all your detail. Terry, let me ask you. Terry asked if she could hear me. Asked to unmute. There we go. Hello. Yeah, I'm not hearing you, Terry.
Okay, your default manager has changed to default.
We can hear you now.
Okay. And what the? I apologize, guys. I have no idea what happened.
Yeah.
And I only have this, so I'm not messing with it.
So this morning, Maxine is with us. She said she found us. So like I don't know if the link that I did takes you straight to the streaming, but if you don't see the little live button and our thumbnail is so crazy,
Uh-huh.
it's hard to see the live button. So hopefully other people find us as well. But good morning, Maxine. Thanks for joining us. Okay, shall we dive in? I'm going to point my camera downward and then we can get started. Terry, first, why don't do you have anything planned today that you're going to work on?
I have a couple different papers here I'm going to work on. I've got the regular, my regular sketch pad paper, and I am going to try again the gelatin paper, and then I have some copy paper. So I'm
Okay.
not quite sure. I'm just going to explore. I may try some tissue paper, but we'll see. I'm
Right, you
just,
got your little register there. That's nice. That's
I, I
perfect.
do have this one. So what I did here is I got one of these from from Amazon,
Yeah.
and you have to flip them over because they want the rough side for you to chop on, and I need the smooth side to put the thing on, because what I found out is if I put my gel plate on the rough side, it damages it. So
Yeah,
I have to flip over the little feet, and this one
exactly.
And so, and this one I somehow or another didn't get done, but that's okay. Life is good.
Yeah, so I brought two along with me, one for my prints and one for my cleanup or complimentary prints as I'm calling them.
Right.
And so we'll see what happens here. So let's dive in. First thing I'm going to do, you guys can get started and talk about what you're doing. I'm going to pick my colors.
Okay, well, I've got two different size things here, but I think I might want to try to register one. So as we talked about the registration, whoops, and I'm putting the wrong side down. So on most of the shiny paper that has a shiny side, you want to put the shiny side down.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm going to do is I am just putting the shiny side down, and then I'm going to put a little piece of tape on it so it's registered. So at least I have one registered. This one I'm just going to use as my clean off sheet, I guess. So I'm going to do some registration first.
I'm going to dive in and make a background.
Okay, enjoy.
Okay.
And
The one thing you want to make sure of, and you can see me rolling this out, is you want to make sure your paint's not too thick. Otherwise, it'll take forever for the paper to pick it up. And just getting that nice thin coat on there. I have a roll-off sheet that I'm rolling my sprayer on, which may turn into a piece of artwork as well. You never know.
Right.
I have a lot. Yeah, I have a lot of roll-off sheet pieces of art.
Yes, and I don't have a Baron, so I am just rubbing the back of my paper on the gel plate, and it feels cool, so I know the paint is still wet. And so I'm going to let this sit for a little bit so that I can pull a nice clean background off of here.
Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pull a background, but I'm going to do a little bit of, I think it's called I don't know what it's called when I put two colors together and kind of work them together. So I'm trying that. And again, like Corinne said, very thin. I have something in there, but you know, one of the things that I have to remember with gel plate printing is perfection is not something we're going for.
Right. Exactly.
You know, part of the wonders of gel plate printing are the fact that you get all of these wonderful happy accidents. So, and I have no idea. I'm sure the Baron is with the 5x7s in my other studio. I'm using my hands too. One of the things I will say, if you do it too wet and you use your hands, you have to make sure you don't over rub them because the finer papers will kind of start pilling up on you.
Right.
So you have to make sure that it has a very nice seal, but you don't necessarily. Okay, so I have this background now, which I kind of like. And then I'm going to do something else. So,
Okay, I'm going to put this down. And I want these leaves to show dark, so I'm going to use this as a mask. And pull this through. And I haven't registered things like Teri has, so we will see what we get. And I'm rubbing really well now because now I have to get down in that stencil and get that paper to pick up the ink in the holes of the stencil. saying ink, it's paint.
I know. I say that all the time too. It's very confusing. I do too many things sometimes, I think. I think I'll just leave it like that. And
Take a peek. Okay, good. So what I'm concentrating is kind of my palette is a dark teal, kind of a medium teal. The dark teal, I mix Payne's gray with my teal to get it dark. And then I have just a cobalt, it's cobalt turquoise actually. And then I mix some with white, and then I mix some with yellow ochre. So that's kind of my palette and the colors that they make together. And so I'm thinking about, you know, the values of my collage and what I'm looking for. And so I'm starting with creating my darks. Pretty good. We have one finished. Or I may get another layer, we'll see. But that's at least darks with some pattern in it. And then pick this up and let it dry. And then we'll put another coat of paint on the background, and that'll be just opposite. Question is there anything left on this stencil? Yes, there is. So I'm using my second plate and rubbing this stencil over it, and we'll see what's left that we can pick up as a ghost. Yeah, there's a little bit of paint on there.
Yeah, I did that with my stencils too. So, and I'm just having fun. I have absolutely no idea what I'm really doing here, but that's okay. So while it's still wet, I'm putting mine down. Whoops. And seeing how that will pull off. And I may put a third layer on too. I don't know.
All right, well,
now
that's drying.
Oh, that looks beautiful, Corinne. That's beautiful. What? That pattern of the leaves.
Oh, I love this stencil. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it from Sean Petit.
Oh, okay.
Let's see what this one is. I'm sure it has a name. Rambling Eucalyptus is what she calls it.
Yeah, it's very nice. It has some nice big patterns. I like the stencils with the bigger patterns, especially when I'm doing collages.
Yes. So let's see. I put the paint on here that I had left over, and let's maybe use a piece of corrugated cardboard to create some pattern in it before I pull it up. I don't know what this is going to be. And actually, maybe we'll put some circles in it too. And now I'm just using household objects and items to create some pattern and the paint on this plate.
Okay, so I started pulling mine up and realizing it needs to dry more. And how I know that it needs to dry more is that a lot of the stuff is ending up still on the plate. So I'm going to go back to this one that is my break-off sheet and see kind of what I can do with that. And this is just going to be what I would call fodder. So I'm going to put some fairly bright color of some kind. We'll see what happens with I love this color.
That's pretty. What color is that?
This is the bright aqua green by Liquitech Basic.
Nice.
It really is like one of my favorite go-to colors. It's like
What is it,
greener than
Terry?
Bright Aqua Green by Liquitex Basics.
Okay.
So what I'm going
Okay.
to do is I'm pulling a background from this, again, on one of my, whoops, I just put all of my stencils on top of my sheets. That was good, Terry. On one of my rice paper sketch pad sheets. And this one, this is, I don't know where I got this. I think it may have, this is actually a 12 by 9. I think it was Ranger for a while was selling these 12 by 9 gel plates. They're not anymore. But this is a 12 by 9 gel plate, which becomes a little problematic if you're doing 8.5 by 11. Or it might be 9 by 11. That's what it is. Yeah.
I have this funny size too.
Yeah, it's a 9 by 11. Okay. And I haven't used this one in a while and just put the gel plate down, and I can tell that I had some bubbles in it because
Ah,
it sounds like it's
popping.
yeah, it does. So I have to work those bubbles out so they don't show on my print itself,
Mm-hmm.
because if I don't, they will show. You'll end up with these weird little, which can be really fun too. But now I need my magic. Laura, your colors are beautiful.
Thank you.
Oh, pretty.
Yeah, very nice. Very beautiful.
Yeah, I'm warming up my plate because I haven't used it in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized I put a transparent color on first, so that limits me a little bit, but it's okay. I got it.
Lori, what brand paint were you using?
I'm using Liquitex
Okay.
acrylic fluids. And I also have a couple of these that I pulled out, which are the not exactly fluid. Terry, what is the word you use to describe this one? This is not heavy,
Right. It's not
heavier body.
right. It's a heavier body, but it's not full body. It's yeah, a semi heavy body. Yeah.
Right.
So I'm using a combination because my cobalt turquoise happened to be a thick body. And then the
Yeah.
rest of my paints are Nova Color, which are pretty much a soft body. They're pretty, not as thin as fluid, but they're kind of soft and buttery.
Yeah, that's actually what I was looking for. I used to call, when I did the course, I called them soft body, not heavy body.
Yeah.
And that's
Yep.
because I was using the Novas, and the Liquitex Basics are about the same. So here, this I'm just pulling this. I'm pulling this and seeing what it is. Now you can see it's much more
Just that.
more of the painting is pulling, or more of the thing is pulling. And here I go here, and it's giving me some really interesting places for. So I've used Payne's gray, a lime green, and a light blue there. And I'm not sure if I'm done. Well, I think I might be done with that. I can see where I'd use that in some pieces where it's just got some interesting textures in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to let that be. I could put a third coat on, but I decided against it. I'll do the next one with the third coat. And now I've got some stuff left, but I don't care as long as I'm sticking with kind of the same colors, because I'm not looking for, as I said, perfection. But this time I'm going to start with an aqua background, and I may put just a little bit of the lime green in it and kind of muddle it all together.
Oh, yeah, I like that kind of
Yeah,
effect.
yeah, I like that effect rather than the other. Now I have to find my, oh, there it is. Now I'm going to kind of just do some of this and just see what this effect gets. This might be fairly thick, probably too thick.
Okay, so I'm loving this exam paper. It's not
Oh,
like deli paper. It worked much better. And it's
okay.
also got some transparency to it, so it'd be great for collage.
So what is the exam paper exactly,
It's
Laurie?
like medical exam paper, like they put out on the tables and stuff. It comes in rolls.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw someone do it and I picked some up because I wanted to be able to use my large plate. I have a 12 by 14 that I don't use very much.
right.
And so the rolls come in 14 inches wide.
Nice. And where did you get it?
Amazon, I'll send you the link.
Okay, great.
Wonderful.
Because of course I need another art supply.
Right.
Right,
Well,
that's always-
exactly. That was my
Right.
thing too. But you know what?
So I'm going to put this down and register it because I can. Well, I got something called gelatin paper, which I really like too. The only problem is that some of it is so, it doesn't take, it's difficult when you're collaging. You have to be careful with it because it's like too slick.
Hmm.
So, but I really have enjoyed that. What I really enjoy with that one is that it maintain. If you're using alcohol inks, it'll maintain that brilliance of alcohol inks,
Yes. Oh,
and
oh, you mean glassine paper?
it's like glassine. Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Because I like you gave me some glassine and I
yeah.
really love how the
Yeah,
ink stayed vibrant on that.
yeah. That's the same thing. Yeah, they either call it cellophane or glassine. But yeah,
Okay.
and that comes in lots of different sizes.
Mm-hmm.
So here, I thought this was too thick, but it seems to be working fine. Let me see what's happening with this one. Ooh. Well, I can see I need a little more time. Put my little thing on. I want another bold color in here, but I don't want to make it too crazy.
So I got this thinner rice paper, and of course the writing's in either Chinese or Japanese. And I don't know what it is, but
Oh,
Terry,
that's the
you
one I use
probably,
a lot. Yeah, I use that one a lot.
okay.
Does it say 80 or what's there's a
It
little
says
number.
100.
It says 100. Okay, so that is thinner than the 80. There's two different weights. The 100 is thinner than the 80, but I really like it.
Okay, well, this is actually, I just opened the pack this morning, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and it will go fairly transparent when you use it um, for your collages.
Collage.
The other thing with it is you have to be a little gentle and pull it when it's, I don't want to say slightly wet, but
Okay,
sometimes when it gets totally dry, it's not happy with you.
okay.
Too wet, it's not happy, and if it's too dry, it's not happy.
Good to know.
Yeah. We used that in the class that we did, Corinne.
Yes, I'm not sure that I actually used it though at the time.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I think you used the thicker sketch
I
paper.
think I did, and I have that too.
Yeah.
And I don't have any deli paper left, so I'll try the medical exam paper. Because of course I want another kind of paper.
Right, I do too. I've got to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it now. Especially since I have some of the um, larger pieces.
I must have let this
Yeah,
dry too long.
I think mine's, well, try pulling it.
Yeah, I let it dry too long. I think I let the paint dry too long before I put the paper on top.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But
What I
I'm
like
just,
about that paper, though, is it will go really nicely in all of those little corners.
yes, I
And I
will
think,
do another layer of something on top of that and make it into something.
yeah, that's what I'm going to do with this one here. I'm going to have to do another layer of
And
something.
I'm just gonna have to pull this and
I'm
get it
gonna
off
do
of here. I just want pattern anyway, because it's for collage, so
right.
this one should be ready to pull by now. Let me break the edges first. Otherwise I'll have a mess.
All of my metallics are in the studio. Oh, come on, girl. How could you do that? Well, let's do something.
Oh, I had a wrinkle in the paper. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. It's for collage.
I know, we have to remember that it's just a collage.
Right. So that's pretty cool for some small pieces of collage fodder. I used bottle caps from medicine bottles, bubble wrap, and some corrugated cardboard. And it was just leftover paint and stuff. So that'll go well. I'm building this little, I need to get lighter colors going or mid-tones. I've got too much, I've got enough dark now. What am I going to put on the back of there?
Are you guys still seeing me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. My everything went blank here, and I'm going, what the H?
Need more white.
So Maxine's asked me what I like about the exam paper. I like that it's really transparent. So for collage work, that's going to be great. I also like the way it clings to the plate and pulls. It's like it grabs the paint really well and pulls
Okay.
out. It's very similar if you've used deli paper. It's
Mhm.
very similar. It seems to be just a little thinner though, which is nice, like I said, for the collage stuff.
Yeah.
And there's a shiny side and there's a matte side, and you want to pull on the matte side, obviously.
Why do you want to pull on the matte
Oh,
side?
that's interesting.
Because we always pull on the shiny
Tiny.
side for all
Well,
of the
I'll
other.
try that next, but I'm liking the matte side a lot.
Yeah, because the
Okay.
problem.
This is my first time to try it, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, usually with the shinier paper, it's more difficult to have it go down if we use it
Yeah.
to stay down with the shiny side. So
That's interesting. Not really happening in this case though.
Hmm.
All right.
no, I meant um, when we use it in collage.
Right. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that is, I think, what's her name?
Well, I'll pull this one, my complimentary. This one I'm going to let sit a little bit to dry. I'm going to pull my complimentary here. I'll use the shiny side. We'll see what happens.
Right. I ended up without any gold here. I can't believe I did that.
Oh, you know what? I want to pull the gold with me.
I'm gonna hope the alcohol ink that's on the stencil doesn't come off. We'll see. We will see.
More will be revealed, right?
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out my next color for here. Maybe it's just going to be a green because I don't have any gold. I could do a yellow, maybe a yellow green. Yellow green.
I do have gold, but unfortunately I can't hand it through the screen to you.
I know. Well, it happens so much to me.
Go shiny side on this one.
Okay. And it may be different.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like a lot like the deli paper,
Ah,
but thinner. I better leave this. I'm having to leave it on a little bit longer though.
All
Huh.
right, that's better. I am definitely now
I'm gonna pull
able to
this
pick
side.
everything up. Oh, that's pretty.
Ooh.
It'd be a nice piece of collage fodder.
I found metallic. It was just in the wrong place. I think
And maybe you take this that didn't pull well and just put that with it. Put that right up off of there.
Well, I'm going to try take this off with the glassine paper because I have some here.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that picks up the acrylic. I haven't tried that.
Yeah.
Still not quite ready.
And I need an oversheet because this is over. This one I'm trying to just leave the pattern. I want the pattern, the negative pattern here. So
Right.
I've got the, ooh, that's pretty.
Let's see. Oh, that is.
And it really
What
picked it
size
up well.
gel plate are you using?
This one is the weird 9x11.
Okay.
I'm using.
I hadn't seen that one before. It's pretty interesting.
Ranger did it for a while. I have like 4 or 5 9x11 Rangers, and wondering just to see what this will do with this. Why not? Why not? I just got a little extra I want to pull off, and this might just give it a little hint of something on this one. Ah, yes, another layer of interest in that one. I like that.
Well, both of them did fine.
Okay, that's good.
Both the glossy and the matte side did
Oh,
fine.
that was the one I was
Good to know.
Yeah, I mean, no problems. Who'd have thought?
I know there's some artists who like to pull on the rough side of rice paper. I always prefer the smooth side.
Yeah, so do I. I find that the rough side ends up, well, why I like it is when I try to put it back down.
Right,
It's
right.
so much easier to put down. Well, we'll see what this does. I got myself distracted talking to you guys, and I put
Sorry.
that's okay. I just put the wrong. I was planning on putting the negative on this, and I ended up pulling up the positive, but it all worked out. It's all collage paper, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So now I'm going to see what happens if I make this an under painting. I seem to be doing greens and blues today.
It's a really pretty pattern.
It is. That one's one of Elizabeth St. Hilaire's, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like her, some of her stuff. This is obviously a piece of rice paper, the thinner rice paper,
Mm-hmm.
because I thought I had a nice thick one, and then when I went to put it down, I realized I had 3.
All right, so I need to figure out what I need for collage. I've got some lights now.
Okay, so now what am I going to do on this?
And I've got some very dark, so I need some mid-tones. Need some mid-tones.
dark.
See what we can do.
Let's try some purple. I'm just going wild.
You are.
I am purple. Why not? Little purple in here, dark greens and purple and whatever. This
All right,
one's
let's
not an
see.
easy one to use. It uses a lot of.
Like this. That maybe.
I feel like I've been too far away from this. I keep on making errors, I guess.
You haven't done the gel printing in a while.
Well, what I've been doing is I've done a lot of gel printing, but it's not been for collage. It's
Oh,
been,
you're creating art pieces with it.
yeah, I've been either creating art pieces or I've been doing the leaf stuff for cards, like a lot of
Oh
pictures
yeah.
with leaf stuff. So I'm like, whoa, that's too much.
I don't know if you saw on YouTube, there was another artist who used a pine cone to get a tree shape on the
Yeah.
gel plate for a card.
Oh, that's fun.
I thought that was cool.
Okay. Well. Yeah, I saw that. I think I did.
Oh, it was Vicky Reed who did it.
Okay, now I've got way too much on that. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that because it didn't turn out like I wanted it to turn out. But that's interesting.
Lori, where are you? Can you spotlight yourself? Do you have anything on your plates?
Oh yeah, I have some I've started out with I pulled out a deco art
Uh-huh.
lemon yellow and a
Pretty.
stencil. I'm
Mm-hmm.
letting it dry on the plates and now I'm
Got
gonna
it.
pull something.
Yeah, I'm taking this off because I don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting it on. It wasn't what I really wanted. I was thinking
Whoops, what did I do to my camera?
backwards.
But I wish I'd started with a darker color, but this works too.
There we go.
I just made this way too thick. But this might end up being an interesting piece too.
Oh, Maxine asked if we've tried mulberry paper with the gel plate. I
Yes.
haven't tried mulberry paper. Have you
I
guys?
have tried it. The only thing that happens with mulberry paper is good, but it goes through. So when I do mulberry paper, I have to use a piece of either glassine or something to stop my hands from being covered with stuff. It soaks through really quickly, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So I'm going to.
But the texture of mulberry paper, that's got to be really interesting.
It is very.
It is. And you know, I think I have a piece here from a class I took on watercolor batik on the mulberry paper. So let me,
Batik, yep.
that was fun.
Yeah.
I made Christmas cards.
Oh, wow.
It was really fun.
Yeah, I have.
Let's see. I actually like to make the paper gold. And then I'll use pieces of it, but let's do a little bit of that.
See what I just did? I just used the mulberry paper to pull up the extra here, and I forgot to put a piece of paper on top of it.
Oh, what'd you do, Terry? Pull out some? That's cool.
Yeah, I just pulled out some. So all I'm doing with this one is using the mulberry paper actually as a clean off piece. But like Corinne says, then I like to put lots of gold on it, and
yeah, I'm going to try that.
Quite luscious. But right now I'm using this as a clean off piece. But as you can see, it gets right in all over your hands, but it does go down really well, and then you can pull it off and get
All right, so
this.
I got the shiny side or the smooth side down, and I need a piece of paper to go over it. And then I just like to use it for like gold accents and stuff in my artwork. Because I'm not getting the gold leaf out today.
No,
That is I mean, it's fun, but it's messy. That's for another day's demo.
that's interesting.
What's interesting?
Well,
What paper is that?
this paper that I'm using is the regular rice paper, sketch paper.
Okay.
But I've let the bottom like dry too much.
Okay.
So now I've got this pattern on it here, which I really like,
Mm-hmm.
but it's very old fashioned looking. So I think I'm going to forget about I'm going to see what happens if I use something that's a little almost beigeier. I really would like a rose color in there. And
That would be pretty.
I'm looking for it. There's a little rose color. And just maybe even some white in the rose. And just pull this just by itself because I like the weird thing that happened with the two different things. So here, clean that off and go with this and see what happens. These are not my colors, but still, I just think it might be interesting. And what happens if I just go with all of this? So sometimes even when I'm thinking these are not my colors, they're not going to work. I try it anyway, just
right.
Because it'll prove you wrong.
Huh?
Because it'll prove you wrong.
Right, it usually does prove me wrong. And then I have these pieces and I'm like, okay, let's get one down here. Whoops.
Okay. Paint dried way too much before it fold, so I got to be faster. Like trying to gauge the temperature in here.
You're trying to what?
Gauge the temperature and how fast things are drying, because all of a sudden I've got a couple of things that the bottom layer, the paint just dried faster than I could pull it.
Yeah, that's what happened to me here too. And I think that that's the difference between winter and summer because it's very dry here now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that'll be the difference.
Your paint's drying out faster.
Yeah, the paint's drying out faster than I think it should.
And this is Liquitex Gold, so we're
experimenting
with that now.
Yeah, I did find my Liquitex Gold, but I don't know if there's anything left in it.
I don't have any Liquitex. The only thing I have is the Lumiere.
I love that one, but I grabbed mine and it's absolutely empty. It's like not there. So the other one that I really like is the gold. There's a golden. Oh, here's a Liquitex I found that actually has some in it. Acrylic basics, and that it does dry very fast. So now, so when I get stuck in, I've registered this to the top, right? and I realize that I don't like something. So then I'll end up doing this weird thing where I register this one to the bottom,
Right.
and then I can see if I can come up with something that's going to work with both of them. Though I have really very
Yeah,
different
you've got two
colors.
prints going.
Right, I got two prints going. And now I want to do a little gold, but what I want to do with the gold is I want to put it down and put gold on the top of one print and use the ghost for the other.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see how that works.
So Terry, Maxine is in the comments and she said thank you for the mulberry paper. So she uses it, she says she has a roll of it that she uses
Ah,
to make collage. And she likes the stringing texture of it. I gotta try it now. I gotta buy something else.
wow.
Thanks, Maxine.
I love the stringy texture of, especially
So
when you're using it for
no, there's still gold on my roller.
what word am I looking for? Well, so
Collage?
collage, yes, right. Because when you
Stab at it.
when you use it for collage, those strings just become these little magical things. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the gold, which is the Liquitex is kind of semi-transparent, it seems. It's more transparent than not, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling the gold on top of this one. And then what I want to do is pull this off. And I'm going to then use this leftover ghost for this one. So then this, which was really boring, becomes really pretty.
That is very pretty.
It's very, very, very pretty, and it could be used for a lot of things. Very nice. And then this one, we'll see if this was a solution. And I don't remember even what this one is. I think this is just the pull-off sheet, all of the mess. But we'll see. This is just too much fun, girls. I am looking
know.
so forward to playing with you guys for the next 12 months.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Same here.
Oh, Lori, that's a fabulous
Stencil, yeah.
Stencil.
where did you get that one?
Amazon. I have to find the link. I can send it to you.
Yeah, I really like it. It's much looser than mine. But again, that the other problem with playing with you girls is I do spend money. But then again, then I teach classes and then I give all of the information to other people, right?
Yep.
That's how it works.
Yeah. Oh, some of this paper stuck.
That's that thin.
That's that thin rice paper.
Yeah.
I gotta get a baby wipe and clean that off.
Okay. So I got to get a little more organized. Oh, that's why. I put my roll of tape down and it rolled right on the floor. So that was not good.
Yeah.
I better
That one's
pull
not
this
doing it for
before
me
it
so
sticks
much.
then.
Huh?
So this one doesn't do it for me that much, but one of the things that I am noticing with this paper, and this happens with deli paper too, but it wrinkles on the plate, so it leaves these little veins, which actually could end up being a positive thing. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
True.
Right. And this one is the rice paper, and I haven't let it dry enough, and so it started to separate into layers, which is kind of what happened with you a little bit too, Corrine, right?
Yeah, the rice paper, I think I left it on there too long.
Well, there's leaving it on there too long, and then there's taking it up before it's ready. With the thicker rice paper, I find if I take it up before it's ready, it peels into more than one layer. Well, I
Mhm.
like that too. You know, that's an interesting.
That is pretty.
It's got some really nice gold in it, and it's got some veins in it, and it could make really interesting collage. I like that.
What color do I have down here?
But I still have this one that desperately needs help. Oh, sure what this is. This is just boring. So I gotta remember which one it is. No, it's this one.
Green, green, green.
Okay.
Maybe we'll do some of this on here.
So one of the other, for people that are watching, one of the other secrets when I find that my paper's tearing is to start pulling it from the other direction,
Right.
because that will sometimes stop the tear. Now, it appears to be stopping it on this one, but if I want to keep this registered, which I do, so I'm past the place where it was tearing before. So I'm going to pull this back up. I'm going to put it down back to register it, and then pull the whole thing up again, because I want to put a layer of gold on this one.
Oh, that's really neat. I like that, Terry.
It's got a lot of different colors and textures in it.
Mm-hmm.
And this was my kind of the roll off sheet thing, but it needs a little bit more of something. So I'm thinking I'm going to put a little bit of gold down, but I want to make it, oh, look, I have a Christmas ornament thing. I'm going to put a little bit of gold down, but I want to make it a ghost kind of thing. So
Right.
I'm going to do this first.
So, ladies, I think we probably have 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay.
What am I going to do?
That is a problem with gel printing. It is addicting.
It is very addicting.
Yeah,
It's
it time flies, doesn't it?
it
I
does.
know.
It does. What time is it? Oh wow, yeah. Yep, definitely. I'm supposed to go to work today.
Well,
And
I'm definitely liking this exam paper. It does leave creases if you have a decent amount of paint on the plate. Um, but that doesn't really bother me a whole lot. But if it bothers you, that might be a problem.
well, and I don't know whether it would bother me. Um,
I do like it, and you get a lot of it.
how much was it?
I don't remember. Maybe let me see if I can figure that out real quick.
Okay, so I'm just putting a little tiny bit of gold in random places.
I put some paint down. Now I'm spritzing it with a little bit of water,
Oh,
and we'll
cool.
watch. We'll get it to break up, and then see how it looks when we
Oh, I've
pull
been
it.
wanting to try the water thing too. That
I love the water thing.
So everything breaks up, and you get interesting patterns.
That's the only. I ended up buying, because I always try everything, so I know. So I bought the Dick Blick fluid acrylics,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and they do not work like traditional acrylics on the plate, or like traditional. They're like too fluid and they break up, but you don't need water. so,
Right. Right.
All right,
so
so the exam table paper, it comes in 14 inches by 220 foot rolls.
wow.
I'm sorry, 225 foot rolls. And you get 2 rolls of it for $16.99.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that being something that I'd want to do.
If you're just playing around and making a bunch of collage papers like this, that's a great thing to do.
Right. So I'm going to show you guys, this is the fluid acrylics by Dick Blick.
Oh yeah, let's see how that breaks
So
up.
let's show you. Now I've got a little bit of gold down here, so I'm not sure if it's going to do what it normally does. But normally what happens is that it's like it's too fluid. So what it does is it breaks up like the water. But maybe it won't because I've got
Terry, what color is that?
Prussian blue. Isn't
Oh,
it
It's
beautiful?
beautiful.
Which brand?
Dick Blick.
Oh,
Now
you
it's not
said that.
doing what
Sorry,
I
I
said.
wasn't even hearing you.
See, now it's not doing what I said it would do
It's
because
beautiful.
I've got to layer down. It is
Okay,
gorgeous.
I need to put another layer on there.
It really is. Let's see what happens when it
Well, let's see what we
pulls
can use
out.
up.
Normally, it on a absolutely clean plate, what it does is does the same thing that the when you put the wet on it does. But made a liar out of me. Which is what everything always does when I'm trying to teach it. I don't understand why that happens, but I just love adding gold to things because it just makes them so rich.
It
That's
does.
pretty.
Nice and
Look at
sparkly.
that. Ah,
Love it. That's
they're
awesome.
fabulous. So I've got
So,
lots of,
I pulled this while it was still pretty wet.
uh-huh,
And I'm only going to use pieces of this. I didn't do a great pull, but this is the pattern I got with the water,
uh-huh.
a little bit of breakup. And so like I'll use, small pieces with that
It's so
pattern in it.
organic.
It is. Had I let it dry a little bit more, I would have gotten the full sheet off, but I was impatient.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Impatient.
Yeah.
Us?
No,
See,
not
now it's
us.
breaking up. So this one doesn't have as much on it.
Ah,
Do you see now how it's breaking up? It makes really cool patterns, but you see how it's breaking up just like the water would break up?
Yeah.
yes.
So,
Yes.
and especially if you put it on a piece of the tissue paper of some kind, it
Mm-hmm.
tends to be really cool. I'm looking for a piece of tissue paper. Here's one right
Gonna
behind me.
clean my plate here.
So now it's all broken up and I can make a pool of it. I love this pattern. So that's so here I was thinking I hated the Dick Blick because it wouldn't I was trying to use it to do the traditional, but then you have this wonderful pattern that happens.
Right.
Again, with the tissue paper and the Dick Blick, you need to use another um, piece to stop your hands from getting full of color.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. This is really gorgeous and dark. And it's just one color with the leftover gold, but
Oh,
look at
that's beautiful. Got a little bit of pattern in it from that gold.
the little bit of pattern from the gold and the little bit of the wateriness, because you got that in just a couple of the places.
Right.
But it pulled up all of the gold. It's made a really beautiful one. That would be a fabulous vase.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
All right, this is just a cleanup pull.
Yeah. So what are
But
we doing?
I do love, Terry, the texture that you get from the sponge, the soap holder.
Yes, isn't that a fabulous one? I
Yes.
love that one.
After all these little marks in here. Be great if we just use little pieces of this. And I did find them in a soap shop in town.
I think I found mine in Walmart, but they
Aw.
are really nice. they have a wider, they're different from just the regulars, and they're just really very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So let me pull this one up and see what this is. So now look at this. So this one is that.
Ooh.
Oh, whoa. So
I guess
this
you like
one,
that paint now.
well, I do like the Dick Blick if this is what I'm looking for.
Uh-huh.
Because this just, and the thing is that if you do it on the stuff like the transparent here, it's also very transparent.
Yes.
So it just gives you this one. The Dick Blick has enough, it has enough liquid in it that it'll pull up all of the light gold underneath.
Mm-hmm.
So there's actually gold in some of these white areas.
Cool.
So it doesn't leave the gold there, but I just love, so, but it's very frustrating if you're trying to get a, a straight pull. It's like, well, that's fabulous, but, well, I've done a lot of papers, girls. I still have one more. I have to do one more something on this. I think I'll do. This is one of my all-time favorite. This bubbly thing. And this one's from PM Artist Studio. And it's just such a nice stencil. I'm trying to do really light here because I want it to just glitter the top of everything.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I pulled everything that was off my plate with Nico Azo Gold
Oh,
and a
that's
stencil
beautiful.
and got that. And that's really pretty. That'll go along with the rest of the stuff I'm working on.
That is very pretty.
And now that I have that on the plate, we'll have to figure out what to do with it.
I know. That's what keeps on happening to me. And then I put another layer on and another layer on.
I think we're going to pull it with something dark. Let the gold kind of peaks, just give a subtle pattern. I don't have any dark paper, so one really dark.
Okay. Oh, that's good. I'll just put another layer on that one. Okay, I've got plenty here, I think.
All right, these are going to be the last two pulls.
Okay.
Somebody has to call time.
I know, right?
I know. I've got to go to work.
I have to work too.
I have work type things I have to do. Yeah. I don't have to go someplace, but I have a lot to do. Oh, that came out beautiful. I love the gold on the green.
I love it too.
Lovely.
That's a great stencil.
Very Irish vibes.
Yes, very Irish vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I like the gold on the green, and I like this a little bit more gold on the, I love the gold on the Prussian blue. But oh my heavens, look how many we did.
Teri, would you get the same effect if you use acrylic ink? That watery kind of effect that you got with that Blick paint?
You can get the same effect if you use acrylic ink. The problem with acrylic ink is you get too much of the effect.
Okay.
Half the time. So a lot of times if I'm using acrylic ink, I may end up putting something down before that like, so if I had already have something down,
Right.
like a ghost print, it can work better with acrylic inks. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Be the pull or not.
Whoa, well, I have more than enough here for a variety of things.
Okay, well, I think I achieved what I wanted to.
Very
Well, I
nice.
can't wait to see what you create from the collage.
I've
Yeah,
got my,
really.
let's see, I've got my darkest dark, and then I've got these, my darkest dark, and I've got these kind of mediums. This dark, medium darks. What else did I manage to do here? Well, that one's kind of funky.
Yeah.
And then
So
I've got the,
Maxine says it's been a good class this morning. Yeah,
oh,
Maxine,
good.
you have to get you gel printing with us.
Yes, really. Well,
Oh, yeah, I
Maxine
have,
took the ultimate gel printing course, didn't she? And she's done
Yeah,
fabulous with it.
she's in our ultimate gel plate experience group.
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
And she's done really well with
Yeah,
it.
she has, and she teaches too.
Good.
she teaches the gel plate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well,
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Great for you, Maxine.
very nice. Very nice. You've got lots of different
Lots
colors.
of stuff to work with here.
Lots of
Wow,
stuff.
that's really nice, Corinne. You
And
did yours with intention.
I did a consistent kind of palette. I picked 4 colors and just mixed them. And
Mm-hmm.
then the only other thing I added was some gold.
Right.
Oh, and then here's my little piece of mulberry paper that I have gold on that will kind of
Right.
go complement as I stick small pieces in. So yes, so now my next thing is when I get a chance to breathe again. Um, that's why these Friday mornings are so great. Besides teaching and learning, is it gives it's an intentional opportunity set aside to experiment and create
Right.
Yes.
because work takes so much time.
Uh-huh. I'm trying
Yeah.
to put my light colors together too.
And I'm supposed to be retired.
That's what I'm supposed to be too. I
Yeah,
know.
right.
Retired from the previous career, I guess is.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, it's like I joke with people, I don't think I'm ever going to retire because I have to be doing something.
Right. I'm not totally retired. Just
well,
retired
and I
from
find
doing.
that, yeah,
Go ahead.
I find the same thing that I cannot be retired. I get too bored.
Yeah. My mind does too many things. I can't see.
Yes.
It won't sit still.
That's mine too. Unfortunately, that my mind does, yes, so many things.
So you
That
guys, this one doesn't look as great on camera, but it's really cool in person.
it looks beautiful.
I used an iridescent blue that
Yeah.
Right.
found it. It's a mica pearl sapphire blue. I found it also on Amazon. It's some.
Huh.
Have you ever heard of this brand? Go to deal. I just
Goat
thought it
Deal?
looked nice, and I got it. And I'm like, oh wow, I like that a lot. I have a green.
Oh, you know what I have that I didn't even think about using, and I'll bet you this would show on the dark, is I have this pearl blue.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it just looks.
Yeah.
It just looks so good. Wow.
Wonderful.
I could even use my cleanup sheet for something.
Well, thank you, ladies. This was fun, right?
It was very,
Thank
very
you.
fun.
And it was very fun. Learned a lot from both of you.
Yep.
As we
Thank
always learn
you.
from each other. So thank you.
Well, it's first of many, so we're looking forward to next year. So,
Absolutely.
everyone, if you're watching the replay or you're watching live, whatever, we're going to be doing Explore Mixed Media, which is a whole experience for the year 2025. And so we're going to have monthly projects and stuff like that. So you look for details coming for that, from information to sign up for that. We're going to kick off the year with a vision board. And so we are going to use collage to create a vision board, either for your art journey. I guess it could also be for your, personal journey for the year, what you would hope to accomplish during the year. But we're gonna make it like an art project and for our art journey for the year. So hopefully you guys will join us for that. That's going to be the kickoff, and then we'll have more information about all the other months and what we're going to be focusing on those months.
And we're going to all learn a lot.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And we're going to, life's too short not to create.
Right. Life is definitely too short not to create.
That's right.
So.
All right, everybody, have a good weekend. And oh wait, happy holidays, right?
Yes.
Happy holidays.
We will not be here for the next 2 weeks.
That's
or-
correct.
Correct.
We'll kick
2
off
weeks.
here. But keep your eyes open for information about the vision board.
Okay. That
All
sounds
righty.
fabulous.
Bye-bye.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.